The next thing in the cleaning is to make sure, like we mentioned before, putting the weights back where they belong. So make sure that we take and clean the bar off. 45 goes there, 45 goes on the other side. Other thing, clamps. Two different things we can do with the clamps. Now, if we look and there are no place for the clamps, so I'll give you an example. This clamp here can just be placed there. This clamp over here can be placed here. So we're at this rack, and this rack has a set of clamps. So as you're cleaning up, you should see that every rack has a set of clamps. If there are extra clamps laying around, which is very much possible, we then check. Do my stations over here have clamps? If the answer is yes, then we take the extra clamps and we put them in one of these drawers. So we take them here, put them in here, put them up. You can never go wrong just taking the clamps and putting them in here, because everybody will know that if I need a set of clamps, the clamps will be in here. So once again, we want to check and see if the station has clamps. If they do not have clamps, we can just put them there. But if you are uncertain, one thing you know you can for sure do is take the clamps, put them over here. So if somebody gets to the station and they do not have clamps, they know where to put them at. Also, being mindful as you're walking around, are the clamps up? Are the med balls and boxes off the floor? So if we come over here, we'll see that there's a box in the way. I take the box, put it up over here. There's a wooden box over here. I'm gonna take this and put it over here. And what we'll see a lot is med balls, all right? And sometimes we've got to get into the habit of saying, well, I didn't do it. Biggest thing to remember is that if you are in here, we ask that you help. And if you do it over the course, if you are consistent with what you're doing over the course of time, we'll start recognizing that, hey, we noticed that you're doing a lot of extra work in here, picking up stuff that doesn't belong to you. We really appreciate it. And there are different ways in which we can reward you for that. Now, do we expect you to pick up people's stuff all the time? No, that is our job to make sure that everybody is doing their job to keep the weight room clean. But we also recognize those that are going above and beyond. And it's also just an accountability piece when you're working in your groups. And if you are the only one in your group that is doing cleaning up, just make a mention to either the teachers or your group members. Hey, you know, this past week, it's been all me cleaning up. I've been racking the weight, cleaning down the bench, and picking up the med balls and racking the dumbbells. You might want to do your work. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, we'll always come and just pull the group aside and let them know that they're not doing the job. Other things to remember with that is if the dumbbells, also taking the dumbbells and spraying them down and make sure that they are where they're supposed to be. So everything you touch in here, get a habit of spraying it down, and then make sure you put it back, putting everything back where it belongs.